What up, guys? So it's been a while since I did my last video. It's been almost a month, and I'm really sorry about that, but there was nothing I can do because I was inundated with stuff that I had to do for university, and I was in debt for my mining rigs, and I still am in debt for that, but I'm working on that, and I'm trying to get my stuff together. But in the meantime, it's just been so hard to get my YouTube schedule back on track. And today I want to uh, do something again about crypto. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I generally do wholesome content, either political, financial, or crypto related. So far, that's all I've been doing. Mostly crypto in the last uh, 2 3 months. A little bit about my job as well. I do Uber Eats and stuff like that for my living. And so let's get started. Today I want to talk about something called the PlanetWatch project, and in particular the Atmotube, because since September 22nd I've had this Atmotube right here, which has been earning me planets, crypto called planets, and you get about 23 planets and 23.04 a day, and that's the max you can receive by hooking up your Android Galaxy phone to an Atmotube. And so yes, unfortunately, you do need a phone for the Atmotube. So if you don't have a Android phone, you might have to get one because it's been having trouble with. A lot of people have reported that they had trouble integrating their iOS phone with the Atmotube. So as we can see here, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to try to bring it as close to the camera as possible. But this is how the app. I leave it on all the time. Some people run it in the background, but just for safekeeping, that's what I do. I've been doing that since September 22nd, and so that's actually because today is November 10th or something like that. So that means it's been a month, almost a month and a half, a little bit more than a month and a half maybe. However, there were a few days that I went without tokens, and I also sent some tokens to another wallet where I needed to pay for a license for something called the Aware Element. And so this Atmotube is separate from the Aware Element. This is like the Aware Element is the Wi-Fi version where you don't need the phone, but it wasn't people have not been receiving rewards until actually today, which is November 10th, and so that's why I've been holding off integrating my, or rather syncing my Aware Element with the PlanetWatch license, and that's also something you need to do. If we look at the app, we can see my Planet score, air quality score. It is 69, motherfuckers. And that's actually not good. You want it around 80 or 90, and there must be some reasons. There must be maybe because of, I don't know, cooking I did recently. That could be an influence why in my apartment, like there are a lot of VOCs, stuff like that. You leave your oven on for a long time. You don't clear the air out. You don't leave a window open. The air is going to be trapped inside. So basically, the app is currently telling me about my air quality, and that's also useful even if you weren't making a passive income from this. So let's go over my total earnings for the Atmotube for a month and a half. Unfortunately, I had to title this video as 1 month of Atmotube earnings because it's just like it's not cool to say 1 month and a half. Like who cares? People want the 1 month or 3 month figure. They want the data from that. So let's go over earnings from that. I'm gonna pop up my computer in just a second, and we're gonna see. Let's go over Atmotube earnings, shall we? So let's start off with the expenses. In total, I spent, and I wanted to do this part in pounds and dollars because I do care about reaching out to both British and American viewers, as even last week I became a British citizen. So I think I know enough about both countries now, and you can tell by my accent I was probably originally from America, and I am. So let's go ahead and talk about the stuff I bought to get my Atmotube up and running. So I bought a Motorola E7i power, and that cost me about £80 secondhand. I think it was secondhand, anyways. And the phone actually turned out to be great. So if it survives 3 years of nonstop mining or almost nonstop, then I do think it could be a good backup phone for me. Or maybe I'll choose to keep on mining with it. Who knows? Or maybe they'll come up with a new update and you won't have to use. I don't know. Like we'll see because I did buy a 3 year license, and that cost about it actually cost €70, so I had to do the conversion to pounds and then dollars. In dollars, it's 80 pounds. Sorry, $80 and 40 cents. And then the Atmotube itself again was no, it was in dollars. It was $202, and I converted that. That's 150 pounds and 63 pence. So in total, I spent about $389.68 and 290 pounds and 58 pence. And that's actually very, very cheap for a crypto project nowadays. Most of them cost, like helium miners cost about what you're looking at about 400 pounds, something like that, $500, maybe a little bit less than that, but more than that. And then the ROI is variable. It's not guaranteed, unlike PlanetWatch, where PlanetWatch, as long as you're receiving a certain amount of PlanetWatch tokens a day, you will ROI quickly. Let's go over expected earnings per day. As we can see, it's about you receive 23 PlanetWatch and 0.04. So you do get a little extra at the end. And at current exchange rates, as of November 10th, actually it's midnight around November 11th, technically, but I'm calling it November 10th anyways. That gives you about $8.19 a day, which is pretty good. I mean, and for me, I've been mining, or they want to call it earnings, because they don't like the PlanetWatch community for some reason frowns upon the term because they think it's like consuming a lot of electricity, but they don't take in account chia farming, all the other stuff, positive farming, and the fact that Ethereum's going to go proof of stake, which will means it will not be mined anymore. So stuff like that, like there's some like green elements to mining actually, and I don't get why they get triggered by mining. It's like if I say mining, what's gonna happen to me? Like, are you gonna ban me or like, come on? So the total expected earnings of a PlanetWatch for how long I've been mining should be 1,128.96 planets, and only and $401. However, for me, as in the section here, Atmotube earnings, that's how much I earned. I earned about 976 PlanetWatch. I had to do an estimate because I did transfer some away, so I had to do the calculation in my head. And then that in dollars, so I've received a total of $347, assuming I sell right now. I'm not gonna sell, and it's actually very difficult to sell if possible at all. So that's something we as a community of the PlanetWatch community has to wait for us to be able to sell this. But anyways, why would you want to sell when I predict the value of PlanetWatch will go up? And again, this is not financial advice, but I have to say that, obviously, because it's just my guess, really. But it's an educated guess because the project does have some value to it, I believe. And I'll save that for a future topic video, topic, because it's like I've got so much to say about PlanetWatch, so I can't fit it all into one video. So that means I've lost, due to negligence, about 6.5 days worth of planets, and $54 and 152 PlanetWatch tokens, however you want to call it. So that's not great. Obviously, there are a few factors that could influence the earnings. Is like if you fall below, if the quality of your air falls below 40, they stop rewarding you until your your air quality score improves. You want to be like ideally above the 80 range because that's just for your own health. You know, you want to be breathing quality air. Um, but yeah, so that could be a factor, and then also there are other like more complex factors, and that's one of the things I don't like about the Atmotube, is that the complexity of you receiving your rewards is rather high. Like there are a few factors that can affect you, and you might not receive like the full amount of tokens for like some really complicated issue, some issue with your phone, like. And there's this thing you can download, or it's called Algo Watcher. I'll have it, up here somewhere, because I don't know the exact title. But and apparently that can track your algos being sent to your wallet and whether you're broadcasting stuff like that, whether you're receiving that, whether you are transmitting, in fact, data. So the average break even time for me, the average break even time of PlanetWatch is about 47 and a half days. For that, you need 1,096 PlanetWatch tokens to effectively break even if you're spending the same amount I am on the stuff. Obviously, if your phone was free, you could tally that off. Most people don't have free phones, so obviously you're gonna factor that in. Or if you spend less on a license, then yeah, your break even point will be sooner. And yeah, so my estimated break even time, I didn't calculate that. Let me. I reckon I have about four, because I've lost about 6.5 days. So we subtract that from how long I've been mining. Let's say I've been mining about 42 and a half days. So I've got about 5 days left to break even. I just did that in my head. Hopefully I'm more or less right. And that means, yeah, so I need about 130 or so PlanetWatch tokens. And then I'll be able to receive profit. And so I got the 3-year license, which costs, $80. And that means I can basically earn PlanetWatch for the next 3 years. And assuming that I can receive the full maximum amount of rewards and that we calculate it at the current value of 35 cents, then that means every year you could earn about $3,000. So you could earn about $3,000 a year. And in 3 years, that gives you about something close to 9,000. Your profit looks like 2,600 and for 1 year, and 8,582 after 3 years. I don't know about you, but I think that is amazing. And I mean, with an expected break-even point of break-even time of 47 and a half days, that's a month and a half. So if you can break even in a month and a half, I think that's by far one of the best crypto mining or crypto earning schemes out there, because most crypto projects, like I'm mining Ethereum, and it'll take me about a year to break even. If you want to calculate all the stuff, like everything I put into it, then it'll take about a year. And compare that to 47 days. I mean, that's phenomenal. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my review of the Atmotube after 1 month. I do think the earnings have been splendid. I do need to look into why I lost. I know why I lost like 2 or 3 days, but then the other three, they don't really make sense to me. Maybe I did leave the oven on for a long time, so that could be it. But I'm quite happy with my results. I hope to continue earning, and tomorrow I will be setting up my Aware element, so I will keep you posted about the Aware element as well, and I will talk about PlanetWatch as a whole and review the project, whether it is in fact a decent project or not for you to invest in. All All right, so take care. Yeah.